Po sa inyong lahat, welcome po ulit sa ating Beat COVID-19 Virtual Presser. Ako muna po ang maghahatid ng balita po sa inyong lahat. Ngayong hapon, unahin po muna natin ang update sa mga COVID-19 cases sa bansa. As of 4 p.m. today, May 21, mayroon po tayong naitala na 213 na bagong mga kaso ng COVID-19. Ang total number of cases po natin ngayon ay 13,434. Sa mga bagong kaso pong ito, ang 98 or 46% ay mula sa NCR and another 46% ay galing sa Region 7. We have also been keeping tabs of the areas with clustering of cases. These include 24 health facilities, 17 jails or prisons, 34 communities, and 3 workplaces for which in the past outbreaks have happened. Based on the report by our Epidemiology Bureau yesterday, we are happy to inform you that 2 new cases were registered in prisons and additional single-digit cases were also added to the 3 barangays being monitored in Cebu. There were no new cases in hospitals or health facilities and workplaces. 68 po sa ating mga kababayan ay naidagdag na sa nakarecover na cases. Sa kabuuan, meron na po tayong 3,000 na recoveries. Kasama po sa mga nakarecover ang mga pasyenteng nakakonfine at pasyenteng may mga positive mild cases na nakarecover mula sa kanilang self-isolation or home quarantine. So many of you are wondering why we have a relatively low recovery rate. That's because our current recoveries are based on the strict definition that confirmed COVID-19 positive patients need to have repeat RT-PCR tests. In the coming days, we hope to provide the public with the statistics of patients who have clinically recovered or are symptom-free already but did not get retested anymore, unlike those who were admitted in the hospitals. To do this, we need to update our database. Kaya naman, we would also like to take this time to appeal to all the patients who had mild symptoms and who have recovered at home. Your local epidemiology surveillance unit, that would be your LESU, or CESU, City Epidemiological Surveillance Unit, or PESU, your Provincial Epidemiological Surveillance Unit, are actively reaching out to you. No? So, tinatawagan po nila kayo kung meron po kayong phone number na nakaregister sa case investigation form so that you may be tagged as a recovered case already. So huwag po kayong matatakot kung tinawagan kayo at hiningan po kayo ng updated information. Just in case you don't have a number, in the coming days, we will provide you with instructions on how to register yourself as recovered. Ngunit, 4 na po ang nadagdag ng bilang sa ating mga kababayan na pumanaw. At this moment, umabot na po sa 846 ang kabuang na maalam dahil po sa COVID-19. As for healthcare workers, para naman po dito, makikita po natin na as of May 20, meron po tayong 2,330 healthcare workers na nag-positive sa COVID-19. Out of these, nakapagtala po tayo ng 1,049 na healthcare workers na nakarecover. At base po sa datos natin, paunti na ng paunti ang nakikita natin ng mga nagpo-positibong healthcare workers. Ang ating pong active cases ay 1,250, ibig sabihin patuloy na tumataas ang bilang ng mga COVID-19 survivors sa hanay ng mga healthcare workers. Masaya rin po naming binabalita na wala tayong bagong naitalang healthcare worker na pumanaw dahil sa COVID-19. Lalong mas masaya po naming binabalita na 10 araw na hindi pa tayo muli nakakapagtala ng bagong namatay na kapwa healthcare worker warrior natin. Ang huling naitalang death natin ay noong May 10 pa. Nais din po namin klaruhin kung bakit nagbago ang bilang ng mga kaso ng healthcare workers sa ating situation report at sa ating binabalita. Noong isang araw po, ang bilang ng healthcare worker deaths na nireport namin ay 35, ngunit kahapon bumaba yung bilang to 33. Dahil nalaman namin na yung 2 po sa kanila ay no longer in active duty. Ang mga datos po na sinasubmit sa atin ay lagi nating vina-validate, lalo na kapag may bagong information na pumapasok. Ngayong araw po, sa ating pag-validate, nalaman po natin na 31 na lang po yung bilang ng nasawi. No? So, the 2 other deaths are actually non-healthcare workers. No? So, this was done through further validation. So we are immediately correcting our data and informing the public of those incorrectly tagged. So yun lang po, no? We wanted to clarify that. So inuulit po namin, 31 po ang bilang ng mga deaths ng healthcare workers to date. Yun pong makikita natin sa graph na nasa inyong monitor naman ang patuloy na pagbaba ng bagong kaso ng COVID-19 sa ating healthcare workers mula pa April 11. Makikita din po dito ang pagbaba ng mga kaso ayon sa professions ng healthcare workers base on the onset of illness at malaking tulong po talaga dito ang strict enforcement of infection prevention and control measures ng ating mga ospital sa pagsisiguro ng kaligtasan ng mga frontline health workers. So sinasabi po natin na ito ay mix of PPEs and also of the very good work of our administrators in the hospitals to make sure that their healthcare workers are actually safe from infection. Tungkol naman po sa kapasidad ng ating health system na kinabibilangan ng mga hospital beds at mga mechanical ventilators, makikita niyo po sa inyong mga screen ang number of beds in the hospitals. As of May 20, meron po tayong 13,295 total bed capacity na dedicated po sa COVID-19 cases lamang. Makita niyo rin po kung ilan sa mga beds na to ang nasa ward, nasa isolation at ICU, and how many mechanical ventilators are available. Para sa karagdagang updates, meron po tayong daily situational report released after this virtual presser. It shows the latest numbers as well as the other initiatives and activities of DOH and also our other agencies in this war against COVID-19. Pagdating po naman sa iba't ibang medical equipment at personal protective equipment that we continue to distribute to our hospitals and other health facilities, you can see on your screens yung kabuuang bilang ng breakdown ng naipamigay natin kahapon. Sa atin pong emergency hiring program, kahapon May 20, we have processed 184 facility requests for emergency hiring of healthcare workers and 6,546 slots na ang na-approve for hiring sa 184 na hospitals. Quarantine facilities managed by the BOQ, the Philippine Arena COVID-19 Facility, and Quezon Institute Temporary Quarantine Facility. Mayroon din po tayong 2,536 na personnel na natanggap sa hospital and quarantine facilities. Nakapag-redeploy din po tayo ng 1,129 nurses sa mga DOH at LG hospitals sa ilalim ng Nurse Deployment Program. Heto po ang mga numero ng ating mga priority facilities accepting applications. Makikita niyo po yan sa screen niyo. So we continue to encourage applicants po for all our emergency hiring programs. The country needs you at this time, no? And our health workers who are active on duty also need rest as well. So we're hoping that when you come into service, you can help them out po. Para po sa mga pagpapahusay ng ating testing capacity sa kasalukuyan po, ay mayroon na tayong 31 licensed laboratories sa buong bansa na nakakagawa ng PCR test. We are anticipating 89 more stage 3 and up laboratories that have pending applications. Makatulong po ang mga ito sa pagpapataas ng ating testing capacity. Ang buong listahan kasama po ang kabuuang bilang ng mga test na nagawa natin kahapon ay makikita nyo sa situation report. So earlier, Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque clarified that we are still in the first wave of the epidemic. The DOH confirms that yes, we are in the first wave driven by a local community transmission. Kung matatandaan nyo po, local community transmission happened nung nagsimula po tayo mag-report ng cases ng mga kababayan natin na walang exposure sa mga positive cases o kaya walang travel history. We are still in this wave. Itong kasalukuyan na wave po natin ay nag-peak noong March 31 when we registered the highest number of positive cases at 538 that day. Since then, the average number of cases has declined to around 220 cases per day. This is the reason why we are saying that we have started to flatten the curve. We apologize for the confusion that this has caused. But we hope that this does not in any way distract us from what we really need to do to change the course of this pandemic. Para pwede naman talaga tayong lumabas na sa ating classroom. The power to change the course of this pandemic lies in all of us. How flat the curve is and how long it will remain so. Nakasalalay yun sa atin, to you and me, no? And how good we are keeping in with the minimum public health standards. Kumbaga sa grade sa classroom, perfect ba tayo sa ating homework? Ang paghugas ng kamay, pag-physical distancing, wearing of mask, and regular disinfection. And when you have cough or any symptoms, make sure you practice cough etiquette and keep yourself isolated. Because remember, the most effective spreaders are actually those with symptoms. Kaya kami po ay nananawagan sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan na ipagpatuloy po natin yung paggawa natin ng ating homework ng mabuti. No, bawat isa po sa atin ay meron pong role sa pagpigil po ng COVID-19. We would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Sub-Technical Working Group on Data Analytics and our Technical Advisory Group for their continued guidance and active support to the DOH and the IATF. We thank Epimetrics, DOH Faster, the Ateneo de Manila University, PIDS, PISMID, UPNIH, and the Colleges of Medicine and Public Health of UP, DTI, NEDA, DSWD, PNP, Asian Institute of Management, Asian Development Bank, WHO, and our experts in our Technical Advisory Group for ensuring that we always use sound, data-driven evidence and contextualize to our own Philippine setting. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at mabuhay po ang mga Pilipino. Tandaan, together we can beat COVID-19.